Finding a handstand balance is not an easy task. In this routine, I'm gonna be showing you the best exercises you can use to find yours. These are not the usual ones, but they're really special, and I'm gonna be sharing with you all of the secrets and techniques I've used to learn my freestanding handstand. Hey everyone, welcome to this handstand routine. I'm the flexibility guy, Coach Alia, and I'm gonna be showing you a series of exercises you can do to learn your freestanding handstand. Before we begin, make sure that you can successfully mount into a back-to-the-wall handstand. This is the only requirement. I'll be showing to you everything. We're going to start with a quick warm-up, then we're going to move to the exercises. If you want, you can download a free PDF where you're going to find this entire routine following the link in the description down below. There, you're going to find another link for my Flexibility Guy app where you can learn your handstands, work on your flexibility. You're going to find more than 50 programs and lessons. Again, to download yours, check the link in the description down below. That said, let's start with our warm-up, all right? So it's really important that before a handstand workout, you warm up your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, and your trunk, and you prime your body with all of the different activations you have to maintain during a handstand position. So our first exercise is a wrist rotation. Here, you're just taking care of your wrists, all right? Elbows together, and you want to draw this big circle with your hands. 10 circles one way, 10 circles the other way, all right? So keep your elbows together in front of your body and just take your time to move gently through these circles here. Now, second exercise, hands on the floor, fingers pointing forward. In a handstand, my technique is this: index finger or middle finger pointing forward, all right? Like this. Now, from here, learn how to externally rotate your elbows, all right? So you don't want to turn your elbows in, you want to turn your elbows out in a handstand. This is called external rotation, and it's the correct setup and the strongest one you can use, all right? So just try to move your elbows in and out 5 times. So it's in, out, 2, in, out, 3, excellent, in, out, 4, in, out, lovely. Now, keeping your elbows out, just draw some circles with your shoulders, all right? Left first, 5. And right second, another 5, like this. Apply gentle pressure, all right, on your wrists. Excellent. Now, always for your wrists, you want to strengthen them, all right? In a handstand, you do a lot of this, all right? This is gonna strengthen these muscles here, but you also want to take care of the other muscles here, which are the wrist extensors. What you can do is an exercise called the wrist rocks, okay? From here, it's something like a push-up, a wrist push-up, all right? Elbows straight. Now, gently drive your hands all the way down, touch the floor with your wrists, keep your elbows as straight as possible. Now press with your fingers, come back up, okay? 10 of these, controlled, okay? Control as much as possible. Try to, a lot of people just here, they cheat by pressing with their arms, all right? No, it's a wrist movement. Try to keep it there. Try to keep it at the wrist level. Make sense? It's 10. Lovely. Elbows straight, huh? Now, shoulder-wise, you do want to understand that in a handstand, you don't want to sink with your shoulders. So you don't want to lose the push, okay? You want to actually do the reverse. So you want to press the floor away from you. This is scapular protraction. This is scapular retraction. So try to move through these two shapes 10 times to warm up your shoulders, your shoulder blades, and also to understand that in a handstand, what you want to do is this second posture, this scapular protraction. We aim for that, all right?
So it's 7, 8. Keep your elbows as straight as possible. 9. Okay, like this. And 10. Now you want to get into a downward dog position. Press your armpits toward your knees as you do that. Open through your shoulders. Stop when you have your shoulders on the same line as your hands and hips. At this point, flatten your lower back as much as possible. You can keep your heels up. And from here, drive your shoulders away from your ears and shrug them up. 1. This is scapular elevation. This is scapular depression. 2. You want to maintain this shrugged up position, scapular elevation. This is the correct handstand position. 4. And the last one, 5. This point, one hand goes toward the opposite ankle. You touch it, keep your arms straight, and change. Okay? It's like opening through one side only, keeping your shoulder as shrugged up as possible, and your arm straight. Pause in the position for a couple of seconds before you come back, like this. 5 and 6. Lovely, beautiful. Now come back in a plank position. Maintain this position here for 10, 9, 8. Straight elbows. 9, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It was not a 9, it was a 6. But if you read it on the other side, it's a 9. All right, jokes apart. Last exercise. So we have learned many things, all right? So you want to look forward with your index finger. Look out with your elbows, external rotation. Keep your chest in and shrug your shoulders up, am I right? Now we're gonna mix everything together, and this is our last preparation exercise. Here, this is really similar to a handstand posture, all right? So what you want to do, look at this. From here, every posture in place, press with your shoulders, go up. You can stay on your toes, pointed or flexed. It's okay. Both great. Couple of seconds and you want to come down, okay? So, chest in, shrug your shoulders up, go. Stay. 1, 2, 3, and down. 2. And shrug, and up. 1, 2, 3, and down. 3. Okay, another 2, and stay. 1, 2, 3, and down. Now, for the last one, you stay up for 10 seconds, okay? Hop, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slow and control the down. Okay. Should be ready. Should be ready. Now, you just need a wall for this entire handstand routine. The only thing you need is a wall. Make sure you got some wall space ready and get ready to start our handstand routine. Let's go. Okay guys, after a good warm-up, we're ready to start, and we want to start with a chest to the wall handstand. The chest to the wall handstand allows you to learn the proper handstand technique. Technique-wise, remember to keep your arms straight, shrug your shoulders toward your ears, and maintain a straight body. As always, your hips should be tilt in posterior pelvic tilt. Maintaining this straight body technique, you can basically stop wherever you feel comfortable. Start far away from the wall, then gradually make your way toward the wall, bringing your hands closer and closer to it. A very good standard here is having your hands approximately a palm of distance from the wall. The only body parts at that point that should touch the wall are your toes and your hips. Your chest and your legs should stay off the wall. Sets and reps wise, perform 2 sets of 20 to 60 seconds. Start from the minimum and increase your holds with time. After the chest to the wall handstand, we want to work on our body activation. So as you rest, you can perform this activation exercise.
Keep your back against the wall and start with an arch to back. Feet slightly away from the wall. Now you want to understand how to get into the proper hip position. To do that, flatten your lower back but maintain all of your back against the wall. Finally, to find the proper handstand activation, you want to move your hips slightly away from the wall. Imagine this like thrusting your hips forward. As you do this, maintain a flat lower back. That is the correct handstand technique. Repeat this kind of movement, so arch back, flat and hip forward, which is called hip extension, 5 times, and on the last one, hold that position, proper technique, for 5 seconds. After a set of these, you're ready for our second exercise, the back to the wall scissor. First things first, when you perform a back to the wall handstand, it's really important that you understand how to kick up, how to move your body up. Control this movement as much as possible. Try to gently and softly touch the wall. Once you touch the wall, join your legs there and start the exercise. You got 2 variations, easy and hard. In the easy variation, you want to change your legs mid-air, keeping your shoulders and trunk in place. Don't mindlessly change your legs position. Try to control it as much as possible, feeling the balance in the center of your palms. When you increase your handstand control, you can join your legs together for a second and change them again. This requires more control, so before you join your legs, I suggest you find a position where you can control your body and your legs, then join, stay there even for a fraction of a second and change. As you change your legs, remember that your shoulders and your trunk shouldn't move. Keep everything vertical on top of your hands. To find your balance, press with your fingers against the floor and bring your barycenter on top of your hands. Sets and reps wise, here you want to perform 3 sets of 4 to 8 controlled leg changes. Come down as controlled as possible. Our third exercise is the chest to the wall scissor. The concept is exactly the same as in a back to the wall one, but here you're facing the wall with your chest. In both variations, keep approximately a couple of palms of distance from the wall. In the easy one, you want to bring one leg in balance in line with the rest of your body. Stay there for a couple of seconds and change mid-air, coming back against the wall with the first one and in balance with the other one. Control this change and transition as much as possible. As you increase your handstand control, you can try the hard variation. In the hard variation, you want to join your legs even for a fraction of a second and change. Since you're balancing starting in a chest to the wall handstand, make sure to push through the base of your palms to bring your barycenter from the bottom of your hands towards the center. Something critical here is your trunk and shoulder position. Keep your trunk as vertical as possible and don't move your shoulders. Sets and reps wise, you want to perform 3 sets of 4 to 8 controlled changes. Alright guys, so far we've been focusing on changing the legs mid-air, am I right? Now I want to introduce you a different concept. Rather than changing your legs mid-air, now I want you to focus on just one thing, which is leaning toward the center of your hands. This leaning sensation is the key word for our next 2 exercises. The first one is the back to the wall L handstand lean. Start half a leg of distance from the wall. Mount into a back to the wall handstand and join your legs together. Bring one leg down in front of your body and leave the other against the wall. If you're flexible, you're gonna open your legs wide, vice versa. If you're not, you're gonna keep your legs pretty close. This doesn't change the fact that you want to spread your legs like in an L position. At this point, you got 2 variations. In the easy one, you want to tap against the wall, trying to be as light as possible against it, pressing with your fingers against the floor and slowly finding your balance position. The point in this easy variation is not leaving the wall, but getting as light as possible on it. Second harder variation, you want to leave the wall and find your balance position. As you do so, your top leg should come almost in line with your shoulders and trunk. Slightly behind them is okay. After 5 to 10 seconds, you can change your legs. Come back against the wall and bring the other in the L position. Repeat the same process. Press with your fingers and shoulders. Keep your trunk as vertical as possible and try to leave the wall. gently touching it for the easy variation, or getting with your top leg in balance for the hard one. Sets and reps wise, you want to perform 2 sets of 5 to 10 seconds per leg. So 5 to 10 seconds on one leg, come back against the wall, bring the other, 5 to 10 seconds, come back against the wall and calm down. After this, you want to do the same but in a chest to the wall handstand. This is the chest to the wall L handstand lean. The distance between your body and the wall here determines how hard the exercise is. Half a leg of distance makes the exercise easier. One entire leg of distance makes the exercise harder. The concept is the same as for a back to the wall L lean. Bring one leg in balance first. Find a straight line. Press with the base of your palms and your shoulders. Maintain a straight trunk position and lean toward the center of your palms. At first, aim to stay as light as possible against the wall. Hold the position for 5 to 10 seconds, change your legs and repeat on the other side. Sets and reps wise, you want to perform 2 sets of 5 to 10 second holds and repeat on both sides. For these last 2 exercises where you want to lean on top of your hands, you're using one leg to get into the balance position. I suggest you start with your weaker side so you can do a nicer job on that side and still maintain a proper technique on the second side. Now it's time for you to practice maybe one of the most difficult handstand elements, the kick-up. The kick-up is the movement you do when you mount into a handstand position. It has to be practiced separately because you want to figure out how to find the balance, which is how can you go from a position where there is absolutely no balance to a position where there is balance. There are 2 variations, easy and hard. For the easier variation, you want to use a wall behind your back. For the hard one, don't use it. The movement though remains the same. Start with your hands and your feet on the floor. Bring one leg up and try to find the L position first. In the easy variation, you have the wall behind you. So if you stop short, make sure to push more and touch the wall with your top foot. If you touch the wall too hard, push a little less. You want to gently touch the wall, or even better, don't touch it at all. If you got this type of control, then you can consider doing this exercise without the wall. But if you fail most of your attempts freestanding, I strongly suggest you practice the kick-ups against the wall. Sets and reps wise, you want to perform 2 sets of 4 reps. This means that you want to kick, find your L position, stay there for 5 seconds trying to find your balance. Even better, if you don't touch it, aim to stay in that L position for at least 5 seconds. If you need, touch the wall intermittently to find your balance again. Remember that the key point here is not staying as long as possible in the position. After 5 seconds, you want to calm down and repeat the kick-up motion. It all stays in the control you build in that kick-up. This is why you want to do 4 reps of these and hold the top position for 5 seconds each. Finally, it's time for your freestanding practice. You can always use a wall as an assistance, or if you feel comfortable without a wall, do it freestanding. Use the kick-up motion to find an L first. Once you have the balance in the L position, then you can consider joining your legs together. Don't join your legs straight away. This is going to drive you out of balance instead. If you're practicing this against the wall, you can always touch it whenever you need it to find your balance again. Now it's time for you to hold the position for as long as possible. So if you can stay 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 seconds, it doesn't matter. Stay as long as possible in the position. Sets and reps wise, here we don't want to have a fixed scheme. I suggest you practice for 5 to 10 minutes. Set a timer for 5 to 10 minutes and try to accumulate as many successful sets as possible in that amount of time. Remember, here it's all about the practice. So set your timer and do your best. This is all that matters. A wonderful variation you can work on if you got this kind of setup is the handstand between 2 walls. The two walls allow you to make corrections on both sides, letting you focus on the straight line and the freestanding balance. If you don't have this kind of setup, you can use the wall behind your back as a beginner variation or nothing, freestanding as an advanced variation. Alright guys, it's such an amazing workout it was. I hope that you enjoyed my lesson and that you find your balance thanks to it. If you got any questions or doubts, leave a comment down below. I do read all the comments and I'm more than happy to have a chat with you. Also, if you enjoyed my lesson, leave a thumb up so I know it. Where are you going? Last but not least, remember that if you want to work on your handstands, you got the Flexibility Guy app with more than 50 programs to follow, courses and lessons. Check it out following the link in the description down below. Oh, and also there in the description down below, you can download a PDF with this entire routine. So check it out. With that said, thank you so much for staying with me today. Have a nice handstand and see you in the next video. Bye.
I traveled all the way to Japan in this place of silence and peace to find out the secrets of flexibility training. I'm in this temple right now because here is where I believe it's hidden the secret I'm looking for. It gotta be somewhere around here. What? A book? Nani? Honwa? Secret desu ka? Amazon de kaimasu ka? Oh, so ka. Arigatou gozaimasu. Stretching Modern Flexibility Methods is the complete playbook to master your flexibility, and you can check it out on Amazon right now. Huh? It works! It works!